In a world with way too many podcasts comes Japtalion and This Guy, the podcast to end all podcasts. With some pieced together recording equipment, a couple loosely informed topics, and a coin, these three friends set out to forever change the next hour of your life.
Japtalion and This Guy is solely for entertainment purposes. Joseph, Eric, and Morgan are not professional researchers, investigators, or gynecologists. Not suitable for children. Welcome to Japtalion and This Guy. I'm Morgan.
Hey, I'm Joseph.
Hey, and I'm Thom. I'm filling in, I think.
That's right. Tom's our special guest for today. Eric is taking a mental health day.
That's right.
We all need them sometimes.
And we have Thom in for his mental health day.
That's right.
I took a break from everything else to come here. So let me tell you about my mom.
So what we do here is what do we do, Joseph?
We catch up on stuff
Right.
a little bit.
Bullshit.
Yeah, just kind of bullshit around a little bit. Then we have a ceremonial coin flipping to decide who covers what topic, not what topic, who does a topic. We've all researched a topic. Well, we didn't put that to Thom, but Morgan and I researched a topic.
That's right.
And then, we through random choice figure out who's going to do the topic that was overly explained.
Well,
Felt over-explained.
that's all right. In case nobody knew, they definitely know now, right?
Yeah, or if you've not met me before.
Right. So that's what we're doing.
I guess I'm here to represent the audience. I learn with the audience, I think, is what's happening.
You're here for jokes. Be funny.
Now.
Now, dance monkey.
You remember Peanuts on Airplane?
God almighty. Get rid of this guy.
Sorry, that's on me.
So you guys have anything fun happen this week? Or was it all bullshit? Okay, Joseph. Everyone looked at me like I was like, do I answer? Do you answer? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Shit, I know something happened, but, my memory. Nothing interesting happened. And now I feel odd because I'm sure something interesting happened. Nothing
Okay.
out of the ordinary that would make a good story. I'm boring.
Jesus, can we edit this out?
Yeah, just edit me
Can
out.
we edit you out of our lives? Is that...
Thom, what's cool with you?
Oh God, it's quarantine. I don't know when people are going to be listening to this,
Right.
But this was a time in this world when everything shut down and everyone had to stay home for a long time, and so my partner and we got a dog, and he just shits on everything we love. So there's that.
Like the literal shit, right?
Okay.
He also makes negative comments about things you care
It's
about.
racist. That's the
Fucking
problem.
dog.
Yeah, no, it's horrible. And he's kind of coming out the other side. I have that going on. I'm playing music with more groups now. I'm apparently working at another place. I have a bunch of stuff on the way. And so today, instead of focusing on any of that, I jerked off twice and did the dishes. Well, part of the dishes. I didn't do all the dishes. Hang on.
Why you were doing the dishes? You were jerking off.
That's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous thing to say, Morgan.
Is it though?
I did jerk off during the dishes, yes, but that's not. You don't say. It's terrible. So blue.
I don't know.
So blue.
I think maybe you jerked it, did some dishes, and then jerked it as a reward for doing some dishes.
That's right.
Am I right?
Yeah, well, sort of.
Is that
It's
pretty
like
close?
Joseph's done this before.
This is what happens when my girlfriend leaves. Apparently, I can't make it through.
What's the
plates.
most number of times you jacked it one day?
Well,
my
so
God.
if I'm going to talk about that, that's going to be me talking about. I used to do drugs, and then I stopped doing drugs at some point.
Yeah.
That week was just sweating.
I remember that.
I probably, without exaggeration, probably 25 times a day. Like I stopped cleaning it. I just rolled in it.
dadgum.
I didn't care. It was the only dopamine I got. There's no laughter in this room, by the way, for anyone listening. They
No.
look sad. They are bummed for my poor dick.
I did.
I am.
I've done 5, and I thought that was a lot.
Yeah, most of his would be.
Damn, 25. That's impressive.
I mean, there was a lot of sadness. I had to get through a lot. It was like Hershey
Don't
kisses.
you start like ejaculating blood at some point, or is it just me? 'Cause I hit 7, and it was like,
What,
like,
blood started coming out?
I've done that before in my high
Oh,
school
man,
days.
that is so cool. I wish I could just do that.
like
I wish
a
that could
defense
just be
mechanism.
the thing.
ejaculate blood onto women.
That was just my thing.
Just on
yeah.
women, though.
Oh, just
You gotta be
your hand,
respectful.
yeah.
Well, it's,
Not other guys. Some guy with a nice suit you don't like. He's fuck.
yeah, well, I'm a cis male, so yeah, only on women.
Okay, I thought of
I'm
it as
kind
a
of boring
defense.
like that.
You thought it was what?
I thought it was a defense. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry. That's what I imagined.
Oh, okay. Oh, like a vulture vomiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that Joseph guy's problem? He really doesn't like other men. So he jerks off on them.
He's always shooting blood.
That's weird.
Yeah, okay.
So 5, 7, 25. We're same league.
No, we're not.
All right. Well,
Damn. I need to get some tips from you.
Congratulations.
thanks. There was a lot of crying involved. It was awesome.
Nice.
Damn.
Nice. That was a random question, Joseph.
Yeah, I don't know why that. Oh, that came up because I've been jacking it a lot more lately, just because I.
Sitting at home.
No, I got something I'm trying to avoid in my head, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And sometimes I make weird sounds.
When you're doing it?
I don't know. There was just that weird noise just came out of my mouth. I just
Just now?
yeah. I was like,
If you don't mind me commenting on that, I sing, and it took me singing for an album to realize just how lispy I am, and now I make myself sick every time I say an S.
hey, I'm glad you came on, Tom.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was really honored to be asked. It was really cool.
We got a celebrity,
Yeah. Local celebrity.
a local celebrity.
I have the most jerk offs in a day. That is my celebrity status as of right now.
That is the word on the street.
There's got to be some kind of an award for that, though, right? Like a trophy, like a
Kleenex trophy.
golden sperm cup or something.
It looks like a box of Kleenex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. Me? My week? Oh, no, it's been fine.
Anyway,
It's
so
nothing.
Joseph,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
the whole thing about the. Hey, Morgan, did you have a week?
It was barely. No. I'm like Joseph. I don't remember anything standing out from this week. Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
How's
I guess
everyone's
that's good.
back? Oh, sorry. I keep interrupting you, Joseph. Please.
No, we do that around here.
Yeah.
Try really hard not to. How's everyone's back doing? Because I did make it to that part in last week's episode where the oldest of old complaints came out of all of your heads.
So there we go. You opened it up. So I will say, I told my girlfriend I wasn't going to talk about this.
I'm sorry I did this.
I had a hemorrhoid this week, right?
Nice.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure how to react. I was excited.
Oh my God. So my kids are privy to this information, and now they're Brian's like calling me butthole. Because
It's nothing. That's so good.
yeah, right? I know. So we go to Dave & Buster's yesterday. You guys been to Dave & Buster's?
Sure.
You know the VR ride where you put on the VR headset and you go to fucking Jurassic Park and all that shit?
Sure.
I was unable to ride it.
Oh,
because I couldn't sit for that. Yeah, man, because it's jerking you around and shit and throwing you all over the place, and I couldn't do that. So I gave my ticket to my girlfriend's daughter. I couldn't fucking do it. And so my kids are making fun of me because of that all day with the butthole and the hemorrhoid, and
I feel like
it's getting better.
kids are great.
I want to make fun of you for having a weak constitution because you should have brought a rubber donut throughout the whole arc. Just walking through. Excuse me, let me shut this. A braver man.
Oh man, had I thought about it, I might have done that.
It probably would have felt better to sit on.
I mean, I could barely walk through that place. That was rough. It was like one day of horrendousness, and then
I don't know if I've ever had one of those.
No, neither of you?
No.
What? Come on.
I had an ulcer, so I threw up blood, but
I think it came from when I had my hand surgery years ago and
What?
took painkillers. I started taking.
level of rationale to be like, it started at my hand, not my butt. I swear.
I had to take the painkillers, and I think both of you guys know what painkillers can do to your digestive system.
I know.
So,
Maybe I have.
yeah. So I had to squeeze it out. God, this is a whole lot of information for our listeners. Anyway, so I had to squeeze it out, and it's like what I imagine giving birth would be like, sometimes. And yeah, it used to be like rough. Plus, I was doing the whole like low carb thing back then, and that on top of painkillers just makes for very painful shits. And the painful shits, then whatever hemorrhoids incur.
It's like birth. You're giving birth to a bunch of little shits.
I mean, I'd be doing Lamaze breathing
Just
while
like
I'm
real
taking a
birth.
dump. Like, fucking bullshit.
Eric is your Lamaze teacher. That's why he's taking a mental health day. He's in there with you every time. Eric, I missed you. Come back.
All right.
Why do I have clearly a member of Al Jazeera in front of me?
Oh, we'll find out.
Oh, uh-oh.
Are you guys getting antsy? You ready to do a topic?
Uh-huh.
So I think Joseph said Tom hasn't researched anything, but Joseph and I are going to do a coin flip, and the coin flip's going to determine who does a topic. Are you going to call it, Joseph?
Yeah, I'll call it.
Okay. Are you ready?
Ready. Heads?
My God, did you look? Yes, it's heads. He got it. That was a fucking late ass call. The coin had landed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's all good.
He guessed the year too somehow. It was amazing.
Yeah. I can do stuff like that.
All right, Joseph, you win. What's your topic today?
Okay, so I started looking up this topic. Take this big ass ring off so it doesn't keep banging on the table. I like pinky rings.
Dink.
God damn.
It's a turquoise pinky ring for anyone who's curious.
Yeah,
In the
it's
theater,
nice.
Theater of the mind.
One of my favorite rings. So I threw out, a couple pictures with this because this kind of came up because we had talked about the topic of creepy, and then we've talked about, some other stuff that, like abortion issues. We haven't talked like about abortion issues, but we have mentioned those types of things, and somehow I got to this.
Okay. All right.
So I'm going to start off with some questions. You can answer them or not.
You haven't said the topic yet.
No, I haven't.
Okay. All right.
Is this an unfolding?
It's an unfolding.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, good observation.
Yeah. He's smart.
Yeah. I'm the audience.
So while I was researching this, I came up with some questions that came through my mind while I was doing this. And I just listed them here. Is there a difference between what is moral and what is legal? All right.
Yes.
All right.
Am I not supposed to answer? I was like, go ahead. Ask that question again. I won't answer it this time. I thought we were, and then I noticed I was like, I'm the only one doing this. That was rhetorical. My
No,
bad.
you can answer. You can answer or not answer. It doesn't matter.
I'll just keep my eyes closed. I thought that was.
That was great.
There's no wrong answers here. Okay. If a person is aroused by an inanimate object, is that wrong? Okay. Some people believe humans have a soul. Some say a spirit or energy. Some say there is nothing like that. Still others believe that objects and even ideas have spirit or a soul. Now, is the person who may be fucking an inanimate object a rapist because there was no clear consent?
Huh.
All right. If a person is deathly ill, should it be legal for that person to commit suicide? What if they just don't want to go on living? Okay.
Okay.
I like how that's topic 4. Like,
Wow.
once-
This is all over the place, isn't it?
I just mean that's huge, and just like we'll deal with that at minute 17, and then move on from there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we'll ever cover it. These are just some shit that went through my head.
All right,
I'm not
cool.
a professional researcher.
We made that
Okay.
at the beginning. Yep.
Yeah. Some of my Tinder dates have said that I'm more attractive in person.
Wait a minute.
Oh, please.
What have they said now? You said Tinder dates and we lost it. Sorry. What was that?
Some of my Tinder dates have said I'm more attractive in person. Do you agree?
Okay. All right.
He's a bad researcher.
I didn't see your Tinder profile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm more attractive in person.
I'll take your word on it.
I look better when I'm animated. If a loved one dies, should it be legal to dispose of the body ourselves? Should we be able to harvest artifacts from these bodies? Can we preserve them or keep the body or even sell it? All right. And here's a mugshot that I handed out to y'all.
Yeah.
This dude in the orange.
He's got an awesome haircut.
Is that dude creepy as fuck, or is he just like, you got no opinion about it?
What's his name? It's not. Is it Mo?
Mo's
He's got
from
a
The
Mo.
Office.
No. Mo from the Three
from
Stooges.
the Three Stooges.
Is it
Yeah.
Mo? He has a
Bowl
Mo
haircut.
haircut. Sorry, I've got this cable I keep stepping on. He's got a Mo haircut, and then I don't know, how would you describe his beard?
Amish.
Amish, yeah, Amish chin strappy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are good observations. Yeah. Okay, this mugshot came from a news article I found with this fascinating headline. The headline is, Nevada morgue employee arrested for pimping out corpses for sex.
Bam.
And then I was like, damn, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah. What,
'Cause-
pimping them out?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, they're there.
Okay. All right.
You know?
I feel like we both were very quickly to be like, yeah, that's a really good idea. You're not having to sell this at all. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, the overhead's probably pretty low, you know? You don't have like an international organization looking for these bodies, wanting to return them back to their parents
Right.
or something.
Everyone knows where the bodies are
Yeah.
for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here it is. Las Vegas, Nevada, September 29th, 2020. Las Vegas Police Department arrested one James Whitaker, 36. That's supposedly this guy.
This guy? Okay.
Supposedly. For operating a cadaver brothel out of the Clark County Coroner's Office.
Cadaver brothel.
That is a metal band name. It's mine. I'm starting a metal band now. I wasn't planning to, but now I am.
Cadaver brothel is a good word.
Shit.
I wonder if they had a box already set up where they just checked, yeah, cadaver brothel. There it is again.
Okay, apparently this dude, Mr. Whitaker, worked the night shift at the coroner's office. Okay, and it said in this article that James Whitaker is facing 1,734 criminal charges of necrophilia, corpse desecration, and felony mutilation of remains.
Can I go back on that for a second? He is accused of having sex with dead people or just selling it? Is he accused of other people's acts with the bodies?
Oh, yeah. Good point.
Well, it says criminal charges of necrophilia, so that would be having sex with them.
Right. So he's banging them, and then here
he-
I'm done.
Yeah, and in the article, you know, it mentioned that the police had gone onto like online chat rooms and stuff to look into this and, you know, try and bait the guy into, you know, getting in there and busting him like you normally would,
Sure.
you know, with trying to break up people having fun.
Like a raid. It was a raid.
Yeah, like a raid. What I think is odd is it's 1,734 charges. How long were they waiting? I mean, how long does it take to rack up that many charges?
This dude actually started as a minor. He didn't have a beard.
Yeah, it said they're you know looking at giving him 700 years in prison. Okay, so all this stuff seems really outlandish to me. For some reason, cadaver brothel does not seem outlandish to me, but the other details seem outlandish to me. Okay, so Mr. Whitaker seeks to plead not guilty based on being a victim of sexual orientation discrimination, and that laws prohibiting necrophilia are anti-constitutional. I would have said unconstitutional. Article said anti-constitutional. Another thing that I found really suspicious. Just it's a weird way to word it. We
Yeah.
don't say that.
It makes it like aggressively against it, not just, oh, you whoopsie-daisy didn't go constitutional.
Yeah.
This is-
Like that wasn't in line with the Constitution. Instead of saying that, they're saying like,
It's against it.
this is the Constitution you deliberately went against.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And so I was, you know, I read that and I was like, damn, I never really thought of necrophilia as possibly being a orientation.
Oh.
I mean, I can comment on some of that stuff that you brought up, and that fits under it. It's called paraphilia. And
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, paraphilia is the attraction to anything that is not sexual. So, like, kinks fall under that category. So do children.
Women's high heels.
Women's high heels are a great example. Jerry Brudos, a very famous paraphiliac as well as Joseph. I think that the reason I bring that up is because there's varying degrees, right? You're saying it's a kink.
Yeah.
That's okay. I think pretty much everyone would say, like, kids, that's kind of a bummer kink. Don't do that.
Yeah.
And then objects fall under that as well as necrophilia.
Yeah, if you're like banging like an object, you're not really harming anyone.
I couldn't imagine, but like you said, if someone does think that there's a spirit, I think Morgan and I looked right at each other when you said that. Like, that if that means something to someone.
So it turns out, I started looking into this, that this whole thing is not true.
What?
I was so bummed out.
The case isn't true?
Yeah, because I found this article. I was like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
You know? And according to Snopes again, they raised their head again. They're like, this shit ain't true.
No,
this mugshot.
Snopes was probably asked. They were probably like, hey, Snopes, can you look into this? Because we think this guy's like fucking corpses over 1,000 times, apparently. So can you look into that? And Snopes was like, fuck, not another corpse brothel.
Right? We got to squash this.
I never thought before now, but when you said that, I thought of the word buzzkill, and I was like, I wonder if Snopes' first idea was that they would be buzzkill, but BuzzFeed would have sued them. Like, all right, it'll just be Snopes.
We're gonna ruin your fun. So it turns out that this mugshot, because if he does look familiar, it's not because of cadaver brothels. This dude was actually in the news. This is a guy named Lester Mullet, who's one of seven men.
I'm sorry.
One of 7 men who were charged with a hate crime in 2011 for forcibly cutting the beards off Amish men in Ohio.
But he has one.
Fucking forcibly cut the beards off of Amish men. Why? Why was he cutting the beards off of the Amish men?
I think they have sects, and they get kind of aggressive with it.
CTS, not it.
Like
Sect.
if you see there's a motorcycle gang that sees somebody with their tattoo, they'd go cut it off of them.
I think maybe that's it.
So
yeah.
these guys see Amish people with their beard.
with the Amish, when you take off an Amish man's beard, it's like a huge like disgrace to them or something.
But see, that fits into the story, doesn't it? Like, that seems like you're assaulting a person, but you're not really doing much.
You're shaving his beard.
You're shaving his beard,
yeah.
but it means something to them. That kind of fits in the
Oh,
category.
yeah, totally. Yeah.
Well, I imagine the event was probably not so nice as like going down to the barbers down in 5 Points and getting a nice shave.
You think that they lightly went against the grain? Is that what you? Or why not?
no shaving cream.
I imagine some cornbread, like muscly Amish dudes beat the fucking shit out of somebody and shave their face.
I suppose that's fair.
Oh God, can you imagine that drive-by shavings?
I bet those dudes are fit. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they're throwing bales of hay and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say about Lester. I think now I'm not a part of this show, so I don't share in their disregard for people named Lester. that's on them. But for anyone who would like to look up, was it Lester Mumford and Son? What was his name?
Mullet.
That's what I said.
His name's Lester Mullet.
He was doomed.
Oh fuck.
He kind of has a little bit of a smirky face, like a little bit of a mixed with a little smirk.
Yeah.
I don't think he feels bad about beating somebody's ass and shaving their face.
I think not imagining him fucking dead bodies and then selling them has made him seem more smirky to me.
Yeah. He seems less creepy now, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
More Amishly thuggy.
Yeah, now that I stopped talking about dead bodies, he doesn't seem so creepy. He's like an Amish thug.
He does kind of have that. First of all, if you just look at his face, he kind of looks like Screech from Saved by the Bell. Also,
Does he look like Dustin Diamond?
I don't know, maybe.
Good old Screech.
Also, his smirk kind of says like, "What the fuck else was I supposed to?"
Yeah, God told me to. You think I'm going to go against God? I'm Amish.
All right, what else you got?
Okay. So I started looking into it because I started thinking about necrophilia because of all these things I just went through. And I couldn't find much because I was like, damn, there's like an online chat room or something for necrophiliacs.
Oh God,
I couldn't
Joseph
find
joined.
it.
And what would the what's the full address?
I didn't find it. What I found was an article by a professor from South Africa titled "Is Necrophilia Wrong?"
Aha.
And this dude does his name is Tariq Musa. He's a wordsmith who discusses ethics, justice, among other things. You know, he's like a philosopher guy or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, smarter than all of us combined, probably.
I love when I hear that somebody's a wordsmith.
Yeah, I just threw that in there.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say that's like he builds words.
Does Tarika spit bars? Is that what you're saying, sir?
He might. Okay, so I'm just going to read this because, you know, what the fuck else are we going to do, right?
All right, read it.
Okay, cemeteries are not for the dead, but for the living. The dead will not thank us for coffins made to their specifications, nor compliment us on choices of flowers or gravestones. They cannot do so since they are, by definition, dead. They feel nothing, they cannot communicate, they are no longer living. That is why we should find the concept of abusing the dead, specifically necrophilia, a bizarre topic. It's not bizarre because people are having sex with inanimate objects. This occurs frequently, and frankly, it shouldn't concern us that some people find, say, toasters sexy.
What?
I started thinking about, dude said that. I was like, fucking a toaster? That sounds awful.
What kind of toaster?
I don't know, but I know that there's like sharp metal edges in there.
Maybe you don't fuck the toaster. Maybe you just like
You definitely don't plug it in.
hold it with one hand and squirt on the other. Squirt.
Just rub against it.
Come on, man.
Mushing.
Okay,
Let's-
I'm such a fucking Puritan.
You always got to stick it in something, don't you, Joseph?
Yeah. Believe me, I've heard that. You're always trying to stick it in somewhere. You know, get that thing away from me. Yeah.
It's bad. That doesn't sound okay.
Can we just have dinner? Yeah.
This is a hospital, and you're a patient.
Come here.
Okay. What's bizarre is what we're prepared to do and the attitudes we're prepared to dredge up in cases where those inanimate sexual objects once happened to be living humans. Like incest, we may find that the act of having sex with corpses disgusting, but we can't let that be the only determinant of an appropriate response. Take the case of Richard Sandin from Ohio. Y'all know Richard Sandin, right?
Not yet.
My boy Dick. But no, I don't.
No, I didn't know him either. The guy says it like I know who the fuck this guy is. Who was accused of necrophilia, or rather negligent necrophilia, since he didn't, quote unquote, didn't know his sex partner was dead.
Oh, shit.
He was initially charged with, quote, abuse of a corpse, unquote, after he notified the police that his partner was dead. However, after police watched a video that he tried to hide, he was charged with necrophilia.
Wait.
I didn't see the video.
Okay. But can you
They didn't have a link to it either.
can you unfold some of that? Like, so he was charged with negligent necrophilia, then desecration of a corpse. Was that it?
It was a negligent necrophilia, I guess, because he didn't know the person was dead.
Right. But after they reviewed the video, it was just necrophilia?
After police watched the video he tried to hide, he was charged with necrophilia. Yes. So
Did he kill her? Or did she just die and he happened to have the camera ready?
It didn't give those details because it could have been an overdose. They could have both been really elderly. The partner could have been really elderly. They could have been doing some kind of like fantasy snuff thing, and it maybe went a little too far. Who the fuck knows? You know,
Snuff. That's the stuff that
snuff is the stuff.
Snuff porn. That's what I was looking up when I was researching that topic. Remember, I told you a couple weeks ago that I was researching a topic. This kind of relates to what we were talking about a few minutes ago. And the person I was researching was doing a lot of torture to her victims.
Yeah.
And as it was describing the torture, I'm noticing that I'm getting an erection. I was like, yo, what the fuck is going on? And, I texted my girlfriend to see, because I can talk to her about stuff like that. And she was like, oh, that's kind of like that snuff porn stuff. And I was like, the fuck is that? So then I'm looking that up and trying to figure out what that is. There's chat rooms about that.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah. I'm not into that, but there are chat rooms about it. Oh, no. Tom's giving me a face. Like, yeah, say whatever you got to say on the microphone, Morgan. We all know.
We can all see your erection, Morgan. It's not...
Could you please put your pants on?
I did want to say, though, I kind of started laughing over here because your comment, like, oh, they may be elderly. And then I just imagine my grandparents, like my grandpa, reaching out to me and being like, I can't get this camcorder working. Can you please come fix it again? And me just doing it while grandma's dead on the
Whoa.
So that's why I started laughing. I don't know what's wrong with me. At least I don't get hard to torture. What's next?
I mean, there's something about sticking things under people's fingernails, and I was like, shit. I'd love to do that. I think it was the point of having, she had like friends helping her. Anyways, that's a topic I will do
Friends
another
make
time.
things more fun.
Friends
Yeah,
do make the and like that's a thing though. Like torture has tons of sexual components to it. That's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. The case is made easier or more ridiculous by the fact that Mr. Standen did not intend to have sex with the corpse. I don't even know what that means. But intention is not important for now. What matters is the overarching idea of whether or not it is possible to abuse, harm, or in some way offend the dead. All right. The major problem is that almost all arguments about respect for dead tend to be extrapolations from the idea of humans as some kind of cosmic or metaphysically special beings. That is, humans are, by definition, sacred because of some relation to elements or entities that transcend our everyday existence. This is usually a god or something equally important to many people. There are few reasons to think such supernaturally or cosmically important entities even exist, so naturally there will be little reason to think their relations with this or with us true.
Okay, I got a couple questions.
This guy's an atheist.
Yeah, okay.
Sorted.
That's all right. Continue then. No, I seriously, I got a couple questions.
Okay.
One, what is Joseph's thought on is necrophilia wrong?
Is this going to unfold as it's going on?
Oh, my view on it, I don't really see anything wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having trouble finding something wrong with it. Like there's that like, ooh, it might be kind of gross thing, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's like a survival reaction, right?
People do gross stuff all the time. People have other people shit on their faces for fun, and I find that horribly disgusting. Other people look forward to that at the end of their workday, you know?
Yeah.
Who am I to judge? And nobody's really getting hurt. It's not really harming anyone. In fact, shitting on someone's face is probably more harmful than having sex with a dead body.
Edmund Kemper cut his mom's head off and fucked it.
The throat, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then 8 other women. I believe 8 other cords, right? Something
Yeah, but he's just talking about sex with the dead body, not the act of how the body got dead.
He kind of skims over that, right? He said that's not important here.
Yeah, he's not doing that because obviously murdering people is not cool.
Okay.
Well, that's not obvious, is it?
So that brings me
not.
to if it's all up to fucking opinion at that point, right?
What
As
is
to
murder or necrophilia?
No, not murder, necrophilia. Yeah. Because I would say,
Yeah.
God, this
Yeah, because Christians
going into a morgue and fucking some random person in a morgue. Like if I had a family member in the morgue and they were getting fucked, I'd be pissed, right?
Okay, yeah,
But if my grandpa is having sex with my dead grandmother for whatever reason, because he's married to her
and he misses her,
and he misses her and he wants to have sex with her, I think the judgment's less coming from me.
Can I ask a question on that?
Yeah.
Are you upset in your scenario A by the sex or the death?
Probably both. Could be an emotional response to like I'm grieving, right?
Sure.
yeah.
And that I feel like somebody's violating it, without consent. I think you mentioned that earlier, right? But how do you get consent from a dead person?
Right. And what's wrong with having it's an inanimate
However,
object.
my grandfather's got consent because they were married.
She
If
may
it's
not
my
be.
grandmother.
I mean, does she still have body autonomy as a dead person? Because I mean, you don't even refer to a loved one anymore. You don't go like, "Oh, there's grandma." You go, "There's grandma's body. There's that trash she
that's a
left
good
behind."
point.
It's kind of that mentality, I think.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, if you don't mind me kind of throwing in a little bit, and that's that
Go
I
ahead.
think that the point that he brings up about like this cosmic superiority It's a really good point, but it almost makes the opposite point, at least to my mind. I mean, I'm fucking dumb, so that needs to be remembered here. But like, what I thought in that moment was,
nobody thinks you're dumb.
I certainly do. I wake up every day being me. I know I'm fucking dumb, but like I'm an agnostic. I don't have like a team, but like, but what I mean by that is that like, okay, so the very thing, and y'all are both Christian, right? Because I wanted to ask a question and I don't want to offend anyone.
I am.
He is.
Okay, he is. Okay, fair enough. I want to ask something without being a jerk.
Joseph pointed at me like I'm gross. He is that guy, not me, him.
Go
ahead.
I had to step away.
Okay, go ahead, Thom.
Well, my question then is like, isn't the very thing that Jesus is saving, this eternal thing, which is your soul, when that's removed, it's no longer the sacred object.
Then it's just a vessel.
Then
empty vessel.
It's just carbon.
Right.
So that would be my response question, not even a rebuttal, just genuinely saying like, okay, would that change that somewhat?
I just feel like I'm not alone. I feel like I might not be alone in that, family members feel possessive over a dead loved one, their body,
Yes.
And I even think that you talked about selling the body and stuff like that. That's something that a person determines while they're alive, if they want to sell their body to science or donate their organs
some of them,
and all that stuff.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
You're talking about like old school when they were robbing all those bodies for like Harvard?
Well,
in the 30s.
Yeah.
I mean, do they have that rule for homeless folks, like people who are not connected to any
Joseph,
other
hang on.
people? You
Stop
just
you there.
find them out in a field.
We're discussing people.
Yeah, homeless folks. Nice try.
Gross. I'm sorry. I was being
Every
mean.
episode this happens.
Every episode. Damn it.
I always think homeless people are people. No, I'm sorry. What were you saying? Sorry.
No, like when you find a body who is, they call them John Does or what the fuck ever. I don't know if they still do that or if that's even an acceptable term anymore. They're not able to connect this person to anyone else and be like, hey, your uncle's dead. They just put them in the fucking ground, right? With an unknown on it.
Do they bury?
Do they?
I thought they burned.
I think they cremate them.
Well, who asked? I mean, that's not your property.
Oh, I see where you're going.
You just fucking
with this.
burning it.
Yeah.
Or maybe they just take it and they're like, well, they'll just drop it off at the University of South Carolina and they'll just, cut it open and look at it for education purposes.
No shit.
So you're saying that there's this?
I don't know if that's what they do, but what do they do?
So I guess that's you're saying that there's their list of people who they go down, the next of kin. So there's so what you're saying is that the spirit of that person goes into the next of kin, as in like they have like power of attorney over their body because they possess part of their soul because of family.
Yeah, we found Uncle Tony's body out in a field. What do you want us to do with it?
But families, I mean, I have a pretty decent family. Families stink. Why is that the thing? I don't know if I agree with that system.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but that is the system, though, isn't it?
It's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom dies. I can't just take her and bury her in my backyard. That's against the law.
No, I think in South Carolina that is, and we can stamp a big fucking Morgan's Wrong thing on the video if I'm wrong, but I think in South Carolina you can be buried in your backyard.
What? I could be buried in my backyard?
I think so.
Oh, it's like government land at this point. Like you just rent it. You know what I mean? Like I don't even feel like no one owns land anymore.
Yeah.
You just, even if you own the home, they're like, that's ours.
Yeah.
That seems
because
crazy.
if you don't pay the taxes,
I
they
still gotta pay
fucking
taxes.
take it from
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
But you can still do that.
I think
really hoping
that's what I've heard about South Carolina.
Yeah,
So,
and that probably secures that piece of property for like about 200 years from development.
because it makes it a cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I bet it does.
Just out of respect.
Well, supposedly we don't like digging up cemeteries to build stuff, but I recall Morgan talking about going down to Savannah and how down there they just fucking built right over the cemeteries.
Well, yeah, because it was a Civil War cemetery, so there were fucking like thousands and thousands of bodies just buried everywhere and no headstones for them. You know, they just kind of like threw bodies in the ground and covered them up. So Savannah was like, look,
It's like a supply
we just got to
demand.
build on this shit. And now the sidewalks will sink in fucking grave-sized sinks, you know?
Yeah, when you got a bunch of dead bodies around, they're not as important.
Yeah.
Because there's enough
They're
for
really
everybody.
flooding the market is
Yeah.
the problem.
Value went down.
Armenians are just getting back their market, and look at them now.
Oh, wait, I had another point before
yeah,
you start.
go ahead.
Because that was the one thing that I wanted to ask. And then the second thing was you're talking about dead people.
Yeah.
When does it get into bestiality and having sex with like your dead dog or cat or something?
Right.
You know, and
Because
and that kind of
if it's dead, is it even bestiality?
is it?
What
Because
is
now it's an inanimate object.
what is that? The ship? Sorry, this is the hardest pee in my whole life.
That really popped my fucking headphones.
Sorry. No, there's that thing. I don't know. Don't know it, but it's the thing where if you have an eternal ship. Good Lord, Tom. All right.
An eternal ship.
If you have
I
an
don't
eternal
know.
ship, like I think it's the Barons or something. Anyway, and then at some point you have to replace a piece of wood.
Okay.
Is it the same ship?
Oh, yeah, because eventually you end up replacing every piece of wood on that ship.
Right. So now you have something. We are replaced every 7 years with all of our cells. We know this too.
Yeah.
But when you die, new things come in and start decomposing us, like
Yeah.
immediately.
Right.
So we're already less us, just from a molecular situation, than we were beforehand. And then if you bring in animals, and this is what made me think of it, you stuff an animal, what's left? The hide?
Yeah.
That's all that there is on a taxidermy
Yeah.
animal, yeah.
Are you having sex with an animal? Are you having sex with a plastic mold? Is what I was going to throw out.
I don't know. I was not expecting, honestly, I did not expect us to go to bestiality.
Have you ever met me before?
Yes. I was just not expecting
Did
bestiality.
you not hear my joke early last summer about how I got my fleshlight and my dog in the same week? Which is which? Are they not one and the same?
Not only have you
man.
met
They're
Morgan,
not. They're
have you
not,
met
by the way.
Morgan's dog, by the way? Oh,
I have met Morgan's dog.
who couldn't?
She's cute.
I know what she is. You don't have to tell me.
You see it too, don't you, Joseph?
I'll be honest. She looks better in person than in pictures. She looks good animated.
She looks better animated, yes.
Those are good points you make because that's all gets covered in here.
Oh, maybe I should
You know?
shut up and listen to the smart guy.
No.
Again.
No.
It's on me.
But he does cover all that stuff. So I'm going to skip over some of that.
Good.
All right, I'm going to move over to this one. Is necrophilia by definition wrong? If humans are not significant on a supernatural measure, are they significant by others? Ruling out arbitrary metaphysics does not negate the notion that we can still respect each other through concepts of rights and dignity and so on. There are numerous problems with these notions too, but at least these are not merely on the whims of whichever deity or religion is in fashion. We can treasure each other, love, care, empathize quite easily without divine or cosmic mandates. But when it comes to dead bodies, we cannot say the same. We cannot say we love the dead. What we love, honor, or treasure is what they gave us while alive. Whether Socrates' body is cut up and boiled matters little to those who find his contribution to Western thought important. This is why cemeteries are for the living, not the dead.
Okay.
The first opposition to necrophilia, then, is about, as we've seen, abusing or disrespecting the dead. But the reason we ought to be upset by someone violating a dead loved one, is not because it will offend the deceased, but because it offends us.
Boom. That's what we were just talking about
Yeah.
with me. Yeah.
That's what you were talking about. Our dead loved ones become essentially property. Just as we wouldn't want someone breaking into our home and making a concubine of our toaster, I don't know why this guy keeps going to toasters.
That's what this is what his real agenda is. After all this is just being like, anyway, in summation, toasters are fuckable.
I mean, of all the shit in the house, the toaster.
He's putting a skirt on his toaster right now and fucking painting artificial nails that he's glued to it. Go ahead.
Little lipstick smiley face on it and stuff. Okay, we would not want the same for the bodies of our deceased loved ones. Their memory is not violated, only the corpse which once housed their living selves, personality, or whatever. Thus, we can condemn necrophilia, but we should get rid of the term and simply call it
sexy.
Oh, hold on. Wait for it. He's flipping the page.
A lot of licking beforehand.
We need more noise with the page flip.
We'd simply call it property violation. Okay? There's nothing special about a dead human body. This is this guy's words, not mine.
Okay.
Although
right. You agree.
He's got kind of a pretty good point.
Okay.
A notable inconsistency arises. The fact that people give up their bodies to science, medicine, and crematoriums means we are willing to do things that, quote, violate the deceased. If so, we ought to be willing to say that if someone truly wants to be merely a cadaver with which another can sexually pleasure himself, then so be it.
So somebody could, in essence, say before they die, I want to be fucked after death.
You could
by
say
as many people.
But it would still be necrophilia. It would still be a criminal necrophilia if only if there's a law against it, because a lot of states don't even have that law.
So I was very rudely on my phone. I was looking up that story. It's called The Ship of Theseus or Theseus. I can't remember. I've heard it, but I don't know which way it's pronounced. But I have to go back to that for a sec because
Yes.
how long is a corpse a corpse?
Before it's
eaten by plants and then eaten by an animal and then eaten by my girlfriend and then I'm fucking this dead body.
You know,
so in theory, yeah.
But
Your girlfriend could be necrophilia. She's ate something that was dead.
She eats exclusively things that are dead and then they become her.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. People are sick.
Yeah.
But so if they're excavating ground and they find they come across some kind of cemetery that isn't a cemetery anymore or something, like we were talking about Savannah, say they're excavating to build.
Yeah.
And they find a body of a human being, they will say we stumbled across a corpse of something, no matter how old it is. I feel like I've heard that anyways. Am I wrong?
They will stop construction if they find like a body when they're excavating.
But they also, a corpse will also make grass grow really well, and then animals will eat that grass. If that person is quickly becoming other things, as opposed to maybe a construction site where the dirt's dog shit or whatever, and it's essentially just a decomposing body.
Okay.
My point in bringing that up is not to just throw wrenches into it, but to say that like on some level we're all kind of fucking dead things.
All right.
You look at, again, so we'll back up. How many dead skin cells are on us right now? I'm saying like the measurement, just 3. It's just 3 of them. I guess what I'm trying to say.
Good job,
is that,
Rain Man. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Defining dead is I think kind of difficult, and it keeps changing.
Oh, I like
so
that.
There's that.
What is the definition even?
It used to be, did he not move for 12 seconds? Throw him in the pit.
Shit. Yeah.
And then eventually
that's why they put the bells on graves so they could ring if they're still alive and they can be dug up. Guys, I'm up, I'm awake.
Legally dead. You can't fuck that lady ever again.
No. She also doesn't have to pay taxes.
Son of a bitch. I knew
It's
there
a
was
long
a way
to
out.
go for that.
And probably can't be tried in a court of law either. Damn.
But yeah, so then it was followed by like heart. How long is your heart not beating? And then they started resuscitating people.
Oh, no shit.
So then the heart comes back.
Shit.
So the heart is not the definition. So then it became how long you didn't breathe. Well, then they started bringing people back with respiratory stuff and brain activity.
Yeah.
We're at brain activity.
Is that where we're at now?
As far as I know, that's where we're at. And so like if we're talking about brain activity, I think that already eliminates like half of our population.
Holy shit.
They're already dead.
There's zombies walking around.
I'm teasing social commentary. I don't mean. It was a joke, but you know what? I guess does my point kind of make some sense that it's like how much of this death are we saying like, okay, like I am now entitled to this much life because of this much death. I mean, it's a confusing thing anyway.
Yeah, I like that. I like that angle. He does it. I don't think he covers that angle.
Oh, sorry,
like
I keep
what
interrupting.
What is the definition of death? You know? No, you're supposed to interrupt because just me reading.
Boring.
But you do it so
would be
smoothly.
boring.
I didn't know you were reading this whole time.
No shit. You're really good at sarcasm. I almost can't tell you're doing it.
I would not have been surprised if you just spit on my nose. I'd be like, yeah, that's all right. I get it. Do we get to this other feller at any point? We actually have two pictures in front of us. So I was curious.
we do actually get to this other fellow.
I didn't mean to. Please keep going. I was curious.
No, because that pretty much sums it up for this dude. What he's saying.
Yeah. Who was that dude again?
Tariq Musa.
Tariq Musa.
Yeah.
Talking about Lester Mullet.
No, he was just talking about is necrophilia wrong? You know, because I mean, honestly, it's like we were willing because he talks about it in here. He says that we're willing to take a corpse and do all sorts of things that are quote unquote abusive. You know, even if you get the consent ahead of time to like cut out a person's organs and do stuff with them, then it's not abuse. But I guess if you don't get consent before they die, then it is abuse. But then it's not that big a deal. But as soon as you pull your dick out, everybody freaks out, is essentially what he's saying. Like if you start, okay, I'm sorry, that was highly heteronormative. Women probably do it too.
Women do what?
Have sex with corpses.
Oh, yeah, they probably do.
You know?
Well,
it's not a man's only game.
It's certainly not that nurse, that infamous murderous, what is it called, Angel of Death
Angel
or whatever.
Of Death, yeah.
Yeah, she would lay with the corpses while they were dying. It was like she got off on it every time. She said,
Yeah. Okay. See. Damn. So it's not a patriarchy thing we're doing here. This is open to all of us.
That shit was arousing. Sorry.
Again, your erection is showing. You don't have to.
I don't have to tell everybody. Well, the listeners can't see it.
Theater of the mind. Oh, I was gonna say, I'm actually really okay with all forms of necrophilia. I just don't care. I don't have that thing. And that's cool that you do. Yeah. But I do have a thing that's going on in my head where I'm already like, and this happens a lot, at least in my life, where I'm at conflict with my own feelings, which is like, yeah, I kind of don't care if you have sex with a dead body. And then I'm like, but what if it's a kid? And I'm like, that is a bummer, but I can't explain why.
Huh.
Right.
Yeah. Is that a moral compass thing?
When you mentioned animals, I was like, my necrophilia thing, because I was like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And then you say something about animals. I'm like, dude, fucking a dog? What's wrong with you? That's what was going through my head.
I'm not fucking a dog.
No,
Hold on. That was a joke about my dog and the fleshlight. I have a real fleshlight.
And a real dog.
And a real dog.
And they're separate.
Separate, yes. I just happen to get them at the same time.
In fact, the dog would probably chew up that fleshlight if you let her.
Yeah, I can't let her near that thing.
I am confused why you glued fur to the fleshlight, but that's not my business.
Put little doggy ears on it.
It's got a leash up front to rattle.
Looks like a Dachshund.
I know every listener just thought of Wiener Dog, and I'm not going to do it. I want to know, why is it wrong to bang the dead kid?
Right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a confusing subject.
Because you wouldn't have sex with a kid that's alive.
I wouldn't have sex with a dead body.
I don't know.
I didn't mean that to be as good of an argument, but I just mean, like I don't know how much I can relate to this. It's more like if it happened to someone I cared dearly about, I'd be like, okay, I get it. It's kind of a bummer, I guess, whatever. But if it happened with like a nephew of mine, I'd be really sad, and I can't explain that conflict of feeling there.
Yeah, it's a strange thing. It's hard to fully grasp it, I think. Yeah, like it's easy for me to say, yeah, it's having sex with dead bodies seems like it would. Why would there be anything wrong with that? But yeah, I would be really upset, like if it was somebody I loved who was in my family.
Is this an on paper situation? Like on paper, who cares? It's just a hunk of cells.
I think that's what this guy's saying. It's just, what are you getting so upset about? It's just a skin sack that used to have a soul in it, if you believe in that.
Skin sack. Yeah.
You know?
I'm into it.
Skin sack. Good dog. Hello there. This is Lester Mullet here again. Here in the Amish community, I am known as Die Barber. But my cousin Chippetai and I have been building a new venture. Ask yourself, when you saw Mary Margaret churning butter with her ankles showing, did that really get you going? Are you trying to maintain faithfulness to your Fra? Well, coming down to Lester's Cadaver Brothel, where we say, if thy heart ain't beating, then you ain't cheating. Plus, we have deals right now for the young men who haven't yet lost their virginity in a warm one. Come me over and crack open a cold one. It's probably better to get in thy practice. That way, you know what you're doing when thy time comes. And ladies, we don't want you to feel left out. Remember, when a man finally lays down in thy field, his manliness rises. We guarantee it's way better than thy corn cobs in thy field. So come on out and wrap your wet ones around our dead ones. For our returning customers, remember to get your card punched, because the 10th one is on us. Plus, maybe you want to keep an eye out for your Liebling or your crotch if they happen to have an untimely demise. Requests are welcome, we guarantee discretion, and all cadavers are guaranteed fresh and clean. God bless you and mach gut. So I found some other examples.
All right.
Ooh.
Some like real life examples that of this being a socially acceptable thing.
In America?
I was just going to ask that.
Well, the first one's in Mexico.
Okay.
So
all right.
that is a type of America.
It certainly is.
Okay. That's part of America.
I consider
That's
it part of
type.
America.
He said it's a type.
It's a type.
That's a type of America.
It's
It's like
Central
a type-
America.
Remember when Donald Trump said all the Mexican countries?
What it meant was
Oh,
it's
God.
Central America.
It's
It's
like
part of America.
It's like a type C America. I got you.
you know. I mean, it ain't Canada.
And then, okay, just stop.
Fucking Canadians. I don't know if y'all have heard of this one. It's called the Corpse Bride, La Pascualita or Chonita.
No.
Have you heard of that?
Is this the guy? Is this a man who courted her?
No, this is not an Eros type of love. This is a, what do you call the type of love that's unconditional for your family, for your children?
Agape? No.
Agape
No.
is charity.
Yeah,
or something
that
like that.
is. Yeah, that's like.
Okay, this is
Wait, there's a better guess than I had, which is a blank stare. So great work. Man.
There's three types. I know there's Eros, Agape, and then the third one. So
yeah,
this is the third one.
the unconditional one that you have for your children.
Okay.
Okay. La Pascualita is the name of a mannequin that lives in a wedding chapel or a wedding boutique in Chihuahua, Chihuahua.
Wait, this is what you were thinking about? Okay. All right. Tom. Sorry.
That's Mexico, in case you didn't know. La Pascualita is reportedly an embalmed corpse. This involves a ghost story, but we're not doing that here. In the 1930s, the owner of
Wait a minute.
No,
It
we're
involves
not,
a ghost story. We're not doing that here.
we're not doing that here on this particular episode.
If this is what I think it is, it's less of an actual ghost story, right? More of like a kind of legend that surrounds it. Ghost story, right?
Well, some people believe that La Pascualita, when they like drive by or walk by the store, her eyes will follow you. And some people say that they have seen La Pascualita removed from the window of the store, like walking around inside the store.
Oh, shit.
Ah,
shit.
You know?
That's badass.
But I'm just trying to stay more on the cadaver thing.
Okay.
On the
all right.
sexy bits.
And go.
Okay. The owner of the wedding boutique had a daughter who, like most fathers, he cherished her and dreamed of the day when she would marry and move out of the house and stop eating his food and stressing him the fuck out.
All right.
Okay, so his daughter was to be wed, and on the night of her wedding, like before she was wed, she was supposedly bitten by a spider, fell ill, and died. There's another version of the story where she was cursed by a bruja, which is just a witch, you know?
Okay.
Either way, she's dead. The end result is she's dead.
Got it.
So the father takes his daughter's body, has it preserved, like immaculately preserved, puts a wedding gown on her, posts it up in his shop. There are photos online of this body. Like we all know what mannequins look like because we live in the United States and we've seen mannequins, obviously.
Yes.
From a distance, you could mistake a mannequin for a person. You go up close on a mannequin, there's like clearly joints where they can take the parts on and off. They don't do like details like fingerprints or slight wrinkles or the blue veins like running through your skin and stuff.
Unless you're doing like practical effects, you're not doing all that.
Yeah, or like the cuticles on nails. La Pascualita has that shit.
Fuck. That's weird. Why does she have that stuff?
Because she's not a mannequin. She's like supposedly not a mannequin. She's supposedly used to be a human being.
Like an embalmed.
Yeah, a preserved human being.
This is not, in fact, the story that I know, which is parallel to what you're saying, but very different. And why?
Is this him? Is this a picture of him?
Oh, no, that's the next guy.
Okay.
Okay.
That's the guy from Florida. But this made me think of, y'all heard of an artist named Dwayne Hansen?
Not by name.
No.
He's like I think he's dead now, but he's like, a current 20th century artist. Well, he's dead, so he's not current, obviously. But he did these hyper realistic sculptures, like dead on realistic sculptures. I was in Kansas City and I saw one of, looking at some of his stuff. He had this sculpture of a security guard. You could walk up to it like inches from his face, like you're going to fight the fucking guy. And he was dead on fucking real. The only thing that wasn't happening was he wasn't moving with like breath.
Like breathing, yeah.
Or blinking. But it looked like if you touched his eye, it would be wet.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's badass.
It was amazing. Like the liver spots, the little hairs, all of it.
Sculpture, like not wax.
No, it's like fiberglass and shit.
Damn, that's badass.
I don't know if dude running a wedding chapel in the 1930s would have access to all that. I doubt it. What I'm saying is I'm pretty sure it's a corpse.
So did he only... Oh, this is just a theory. It's like a prevailing theory.
Well, yeah, because there's people who don't like to believe in stuff. And so they're going to immediately be like, it's a mannequin. Get the fuck over it.
But why would he only do it to one daughter? He said he had more than one daughter. He said his oldest daughter or youngest. I can't remember. That was
she
just
was
his favorite.
The one that was dead.
None of them died.
Well, it was 1930s. I guess then, they're probably dead by now. But I mean,
okay. So, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, I guess I was asking because I was like, oh, this is like his thing. It just seems like such a weird one-off situation.
No, he's not like murdering his daughters and like doing that. No, this is like this is like a thing. Like people come from all over the place to like just to look at La Pascualita. Oh God,
she's still there.
I believe she's still there. Yeah. Some people say that the one that's there now is not the original.
Oh, okay.
Is there any evidence for that, or they're just, again, like you said, just people don't like to believe in stuff?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any evidence for that other than I don't know what you'd have to do to a corpse. Even if you preserve a corpse, put it in a box and bury it in the ground, after a certain amount of time, it's gonna kind of fucked up looking.
Yeah.
But this was an act of love.
Yeah, this is an act of love. Yeah, I thought it was kind of beautiful.
Well, I'm sorry we made jokes about it. It's very beautiful.
I mean, jokes.
That's what we're doing here.
No, it's beautiful.
Okay, so
I'm gonna have a daughter so I can do it.
So this like really German looking dude.
This might be the guy
stereotype.
I was thinking of.
This is Carl Tanzler. Okay.
Can I do an aside just before we even start it?
Yeah.
Does this involve a paper roll vagina at any point?
It does involve a vaginal tube.
This is what I was thinking of.
An inserted vaginal tube.
Why do you know all this stuff? The guy's name came up in Florida, and Tom's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This is a vagina tube.
Vagina tube.
I remember hearing about this when I was a kid.
Okay.
Because I was into creepy shit, maybe like Tom was.
Is.
is.
This is more current. I never really got into it before.
Okay.
It was a new thing.
Okay, so Carl Tanzler, he's a German. He was living in Key West, Florida. He's working at the Marine Hospital Service in Key West, okay? While traveling in Genoa, Italy, he claimed to have been visited by visions of a dead ancestor who revealed the face of his true love, which was an exotic, dark-haired woman. Very relatable.
Nice.
I like how they really pulled from the biggest pool possible. Not lily white and blonde. No, the most dominant traits on this planet. Your dream woman is one of 2.8 billion. Good luck.
So he's in Key West, Florida, doing his like hospital thing. He's not a doctor necessarily. He's like a
hobbyist.
no. He like works like an X-ray technician or something. I believe he's not like an actual like general practice doctor. I don't think. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
He has like medical knowledge,
He
but
just throws on a white coat and
yeah,
goes.
you wouldn't want him cutting into you. Or anything.
I'm sorry. I'm going to need to get in this room.
MD stands for meaty dick. That's what I got. Sorry, I went blue. Let's cut that. That's
So-
inappropriate.
So
No
dude
cutting.
dude's married. He's got a family and everything in Florida, and he separates from his wife, or the fight. He separates from the fight and his wife.
No Freudian slip there.
He meets this woman named Maria Elena Meligro de Hoyos.
She sounds like a brunette.
She is definitely a brunette. Yeah, she's a local Colombian American woman who had been brought to the hospital by her mother
Type
for
D
an
America.
examination.
Oh, type D America.
Yes.
Also known as South Mexico.
Mexico 3? I don't know where Honduras is at. I stink at geography.
No, she's from Cuba.
Oh, I thought you said
She's Cuban
You said
American.
Colombian.
Cuban American.
Okay.
You said
all right.
Mexican.
Cuban.
All right, tell us about that Mexican lady.
So she had what did I say she had? It was
A really long
Brown
name.
hair.
Yeah, right.
A really long name. Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
I did.
yeah, she did. No, she had tuberculosis. And at that time tuberculosis
Oh,
was like a
really?
pretty fatal fucking thing.
What year is this? I'm sorry if I
Lamalice.
missed that.
It was in the 1930s.
1930s. Okay, sorry.
Apparently that's a popular time for this activity.
For this activity.
Yeah.
The last guy was too, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he was. So Tanzler, meets this woman. He, falls in love with her. He professes his love to her. He starts bringing her gifts of like jewelry and clothing to her house. He starts bringing like X-ray equipment and electrical equipment and trying to treat her tuberculosis.
Is she into this at all?
There's not really any sign that it was being reciprocated. She is sick though, and she's probably not moving around a lot. And I assume tuberculosis, she's like coughing up blood or something, maybe.
I'm not.
I don't know.
Every anime does that. So
I haven't had it yet.
I haven't had it yet. Bucket list.
But anyway, she doesn't make it because it's tuberculosis and it's the 1930s. Okay.
Okay.
So Tanzler pays for her funeral. He pays for the construction of an above ground mausoleum in the Key West Cemetery, which he visits almost every night. This guy's like Edgar Allan Poe. Because he was like crazy in love with this broad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, this becomes like a beautiful story. He reportedly said that Elena's spirit would come to him when he would sit by her grave and serenade her corpse with Spanish songs, He said that she would often tell him to take her from the grave. And, if y'all been in a relationship with like a Latinx, it's hard to say no,
To soup? Is it soup?
No, it's hard to say no to spicy senoritas. If they say, yeah, let's have soup, it's hard to be like, no. So in 1933, I think it is, Carl gets, this is comical to me, he gets a toy wagon and he goes to the graveyard at night with a toy wagon. It's like a comical vision in my
Does he
head.
have something in the wagon?
A grown man with a toy wagon. He probably has maybe a tool for opening a grave,
Well, it's his mausoleum.
And he goes to the mausoleum, opens it up, gets her body out, takes her home with him.
Oh, that's what the wagon's
On
for.
the squeaky
Yeah.
wagon.
This little toy
He's
wagon.
got like a shitty wheel. All right.
I don't know why, because she's like in in a coffin and stuff, right, in there. But I'm envisioning, I know she's in the mausoleum, but she's got to be still in a coffin or some type in
Probably,
the mausoleum,
yeah.
right?
From what I remember, she's the only one in there, and it's sort of just a big room.
So, but
That's
I
what
see,
I've gathered.
What I see in the wagon in my head is still like a mannequin, like the arms out and one leg up or something, just laying
All rigid.
In a
Just
shitty
laying flat.
TJ Maxx scarf.
I knew it was a mannequin.
All right, I'm sorry. That was a different story. Continue this one. My bad.
Okay, so Tansler gets her home. He attaches her bones together using piano wire. He fits her face with glass eyes. As the skin of the corpse decomposed, Tansler replaced it with silk cloth soaked in wax and plaster of Paris.
So paper mache.
Essentially, yeah. As the hair fell out, he fashioned a wig out of her hair. And as her body, began to lose shape, he stuffed it with rags and stuff so that she, her torso and stuff would still be good. Good.
Good. Good.
You know what I mean.
Oh, we do. Yeah. There's no concern there.
Is that like cushion for the pushing?
Maybe, yeah. He would dress her up in stockings and jewelry and gloves and kept her body in his bed. Okay. Tansler also used copious amounts of perfume and disinfectants and preserving agents to mask the odor and forestall the effects of the corpse's decomposition.
Oh, shit.
I have another question.
Yeah.
Does she have organs? Or was that all removed and just left with
I'm
the
pretty
skin?
sure they remove all that stuff when they put you in the... Oh, I don't know if they did that in the 30s, though.
And he was kind of in charge of all that.
Because I think now they remove that stuff, put it in a container, and stick it at the foot of your coffin.
Oh, I heard they put it back in you in like a bag,
or maybe
for religious purposes.
Or yeah,
something.
maybe they just stick it back in there in case they need it for later for like information or something.
Okay, I was curious because they're obviously not doing anything with the skin but he also paid for it, so he may have just been like, "She's good, just toss her in the room. I got it.
Let's hurry this thing up."
Don't take out my favorite bits. Oh, Jesus.
Okay, in October 1940. Elena's sister, Florinda, Elena's sister, Florinda.
It sounds like a song.
Yeah. She heard rumors, so I guess somebody else has witnessed this, rumors that Tansler's sleeping with the disinterred body of her sister and confirmed it by going over there and witnessing Tansler dancing around his living room with Elena's corpse.
Okay.
I know you said this is beautiful, but what a fucking ghoul.
It is a little ghoulish, yeah.
Wait, her or him?
Him. Just dancing with this dead body that he just keep... Like, I just imagine, like, it's made of Legos and they keep falling off. Like, whoops, Daisy, gotta get it back here. And then dancing with it.
Oh, honey, your eye. Yeah.
I paid so much for that glass eye. It's under the fridge, and I can't move the fridge. It's way too heavy. And I can't have anyone help. They'll ask why there's an eye under my fridge.
Well,
It's a tough life.
It's weird because they say that Florinda hears like a rumor of it. So that means like
Other people were already talking about it.
Is Tansler
You mean
going
wagon
around-
guy?
Yeah, is he like having company over? Or, like, doing like double dates or something?
Oh my God.
So Florinda goes to the cops with it. The cops come and they, they charge him with, they find him, they test him and find out that psychiatrically, like he's mentally competent to stand trial. I mean,
Okay.
I guess the first thing they go to is this guy's a fucking lunatic. And so they check him out and they're like, no, he's all right. He understands what's going on at least.
Okay.
So they get him for wantonly and maliciously destroying a grave and removing a body without authorization. By the time this gets around to court, the statute of limitations passes, and so nothing happens. It gets thrown out.
And this was the first Florida man case. Florida man seen wheeling a corpse in his little red wagon.
In his radio flyer.
Yes, radio flyer, yes.
Oh, wow. I bet it is.
To dance with her and glue her parts back on.
Well, and going back to what y'all said, this goes even further into property. And I'm not talking about just the person as chattel. I mean, like the actual grave itself. He bought that, and they're like, you defaced it. Like,
It's
yeah,
his
but I
property.
faced it first. Like,
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
that is bizarre that they got him for that. Like, could you imagine if like someone came up to you while you were just hitting your car and they're like, "You're going down, motherfucker."
We ain't having any of that shit around here.
You know, some people are buried in cars. Get them.
They take Elena's body and they examine it, and they find that, you know, there's a vaginal tube has been inserted in there for, you know, marital activities.
One more time, what is it?
A vaginal tube.
Okay, good.
There's a vaginal tube.
All right, easy with that low end.
Like my fleshlight.
Like your dog? What? Sorry.
I guess, yeah, maybe that's also, not only is that the first Florida Man story, maybe that's the first Fleshlight story.
Can I please just point out that not a single person here thought of an actual woman? None of us thought vaginal tube, like a woman. Nope. Not a single thought of that. Oh, we're sorry. We owe apologies.
Whoa, easy. Don't apologize for me.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, God.
Okay, so supposedly they took Elena's body after this, and they supposedly removed it and hid it in an unmarked kind of hidden grave somewhere. That's the story.
They hid that from Carl Tanzler.
To hide it from Carl, apparently.
Okay.
Wow.
Apparently, also, Carl, I guess, had some sympathy on this topic because it's kind of a love story. You know what I'm saying?
He received sympathy.
Yeah, not everybody was
okay.
like disgusted by the event.
How long did this go on? How long did he have this corpse bride thing?
About 10 years, I think.
10 years.
Close to
Corpse
10
bride.
years.
That was the last one. I can't take credit. That was the
last
Huss.
one. This is more of a bride, though, because he's like, essentially, you know, he's moved her into the house and he's doing stuff with her.
10 years. Can you imagine how bad that tube smelled? Just 10 years of loads dumped in and then washed out and paper machéed back.
Oh, God.
Ugh.
Jesus. What are you doing? That's awful, dude.
Oh, sorry. It's a love story. Go ahead. My bad. I keep ruining all your love stories. I'm sorry.
I'm used to that,
Paper
Tom.
mache.
I'm used to you ruining my love stories.
Just bleachy paper smell. I just feel like it.
Okay, here's another interesting thing about this is her body was put on public display at Dean Lopez Funeral Home, where it was viewed by as many as 6,800 people. And this was before they went and hid the body. I think it's fascinating that all these people came out to see it.
They after they found that
And
he
that
was
it was
doing
even
this
allowed.
thing, and then it,
Yeah.
wow.
That people were like, nobody was like, no, you're not fucking doing this. What are you, crazy? We don't sit around and look at dead bodies. Go to work. What's the matter with you?
It definitely sounds super exploitative.
It does, doesn't it?
If you're getting upset with this feller and then you're like, but also I'm going to not use her body for sex, but for money.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
No
yeah.
shit.
So it's believed Carl Tanzler ended up moving back to be closer to his wife and family. He got access to a death mask of Elena. He built another Elena, essentially.
Access to a death mask of Elena. Like they made it as
They made like a death mask, I guess, when she died or something. I don't know what was up with that. Or maybe he did that on his own.
What does that mean? What is?
Oh, it's you put like a sort of like plaster of Paris type material on a person's face, and then you pull it off and then fill it with something and pull that out and you have their face.
I got you. Yeah, like I was talking about doing the cock mold for my girlfriend.
It's like a cock mold, but of a face.
I got you.
And just gonna gloss right over the cock mold.
I didn't want to laugh at it. Like I purposely didn't. I was like, I want this to be a serious moment. Go ahead, tell me about cockface.
Yeah, she sent me a link. She wants a mold of my dick for Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's
Keychain.
cute.
I like to imagine that it has a little slot for a keychain and just thuds against her thigh every time she walks.
We're gonna slice it open and it'll be like a coin purse, actually. Just
For
a
coins.
little pocket.
Who the fuck carries coins?
For coin. No, there's a coin shortage, so we're
That's
trying to do our part.
You should do a sanitizer situation instead.
Yes. Oh my God. She appreciates that. She doesn't even know you, Tom. She appreciates that.
Yeah, I'm sure she does. Yeah.
All set. There you
She's
go.
a good
Gotcha.
sport.
She can only apply it from below. All right.
She's got to shake it first. Get
That's right.
Make an aerosol dick. God damn it. You got to buy nitrous oxide for your fake dick.
Are you about to wrap this shit up? Or
Wait, by the way, this isn't a picture of this ghoul, is it?
No, that's Carl Tanzler.
This is Carl Tanzler.
Yeah,
All right. I want to describe.
I just like the way he looked.
Should I describe him?
Yeah.
Okay.
please.
So if if Freud were also kind of elfish, because he's got very elfish ears, and then Carl Sanders.
Carl Sanders.
Carl Sanders? Is this his name?
Colonel Sanders.
Is this Colonel? I thought his actual name was Carl Sanders. Who the fuck is Carl? I just threw Carl under the bus. I don't know who he
Sanders
is.
is a football player, I believe.
Is he? Oh, fuck me. I definitely have no business talking about him. Hang on. Carl Sanders is an American attorney. That's what I meant to say. 74th governor of the state of Georgia. Going back to your Savannah talk. Anyway, I totally blew it. No, he's got a little Colonel Sanders bow tie on.
He does, yeah.
And then a Freud face and then elfish ears.
Yeah, the picture's weird. It looks like he doesn't have eyeballs.
He really looks like a fucking ghoul.
He does, yeah. I guess so. I like the picture of him. He's weird looking.
It's like what? I just wanted my girlfriend.
My gut tells me he was like 5 foot tall too.
Yeah.
Something about that picture. It looks like he's 5 foot tall.
And very slight on top of it, where he could be 6'7" and skinny. But no, he's 5 feet tall and just a tiny little framed man.
With his radio flyer wagon.
So
An aviator, old school glasses. Vroom!
So Carl Tanzler dies in his home in the arms of the corpse thing that he has.
The beta model.
Yeah, that's how the story ends. It's believed, though, that somebody obtained the original and brought it to him. Like, it's believed that he actually was living with the original Elena's body.
He has to have 2 wives now, and both of them are dead.
Oh,
fuck!
What a drag.
You leave one room, she's...
But this actually, I mean, this is part of like Key West history or whatever. It became a musical. Really cool.
Ooh, that was almost a spit take and
oh
all.
my God, that would have been great.
Ooh, I'm glad it wasn't.
The musical is called Undying Love by Key West resident Ben Harrison, and it premiered February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2018.
A little flowery, don't you think?
Damn, it's recent.
It's recent.
Shit.
Yeah, well, there's like songs and stuff about it.
Undying Love.
Yeah, they're on YouTube. They got them on the YouTube.
Did you watch them?
Wow.
Are they
I
any
did.
good?
I watched some of them. Yeah,
How are they?
And
not my thing. I like musicals too.
yeah.
I would go see that musical without a doubt.
Yeah, I would
I
too.
would definitely
same.
go see that musical. Any goth worth their fucking weight would go see that musical. So that's what I
Amazing.
got.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Thank
I
you
know
for
that
sharing
was a little long, but I don't care.
I think it was cool as shit.
There you go. That's what she said.
When?
That
She
is
never
what
said
she
that to
said.
me.
All right. Well, the good news is, Tom, for you being here, is we have 18 subscribers on YouTube. So give us a plug. Any plug. What do you want to plug? You can plug anything you got.
Okay.
Whoa. That was ambiguous. I'm sorry.
I just like to plug mouth sounds. No, I do that, by the way. So we practice. I'm with a band. We practice, and our drummer loses his mind if he hears mouth sounds. So if he's bumming me out, I just go like that, right in his fucking head.
Joseph hates whenever we're editing and I have like this. I suck my teeth or something, but it sounds like a kiss. It's like so.
Hold Fire. I got a group, Hold Fire, and we have an album that we put out right before the horrible situation that is 2020.
It's
Called
been pretty good to me.
Go fuck yourself. You can mute that mic, right? Jesus. It's the rest of the world. All right. No, I'm glad it's been really great for you.
Has it though, Joseph? I mean,
How's your back? Just being an asshole. Bringing it.
Well, okay.
How's that back?
All right. The first half was good.
Okay, there we go. Let's get honest.
Yeah, and we have an album called Bruce Fruit. We're working on a second album. We just released like an in-studio video of us doing a new song called Luna.
Oh, hell
You
yeah.
can check that out. That's on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on all the things that small artists get swallowed up.
Okay, gotcha.
Spotify, iTunes. But of course, if you don't have that stuff, we will always have it for you for free on YouTube and Bandcamp. We're always going to provide that.
Sweet.
Nice.
Oh,
I like that. That's what I like about YouTube. It's for the people.
Yep.
It's for the people until YouTube doesn't like it and then they remove your video.
Wait, did Google remove your video?
I'm just
Not yet.
Ooh.
Joseph's waiting on it apparently.
Oh.
He thinks YouTube's going to get mad at us and start telling us we can't do shit.
Yeah. No, well, not with 18 subscribers, but
We will
when we
take
start getting close to monetary, then they're going to start bringing the hammer down.
Oh, okay. All right.
Can I push for bad press? If you want to help this podcast, start flagging now. Get all your friends to flag.
All publicity is good publicity.
That's right. There's no such thing as bad publicity.
All right. Joseph, what are you plugging today? Yikes. What the fuck? Why does this sound horrible when I say that?
We just spent like an hour talking about having sex.
It's all our turgid cocks. That's what's throwing us off. Just kidding. It's a joke.
All right. I got a Instagram that's Joseph T. Antonio, and it's whatever it is. I have a YouTube that...
It's Winding Sheet. Why would... Oh,
My YouTube is Winding Sheet.
I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of yourself.
And
Getting ahead of yourself.
that was weird. So I got a YouTube that's Winding Sheet, and I've been trying to keep up with it. It's strangely more difficult than it sounds to release a video once a week.
I mean, I can attest. It fucking stinks. We did, by the way, that thing I just said, the Luna thing.
Yeah.
We did 4 other songs. You're never going to see those videos.
Yeah,
Because they're fucking... It is difficult to
It's
get them
difficult.
out.
And we
to
play
get
those-
everything edited and... Yeah.
And
then
we
you
played
get
those songs
overly
100
critical.
times.
I get overly critical about the shit. And I know you do too.
Yes, you're right. You deadlocked eyes on that one. You are absolutely right.
And it's always details that I'm almost positive nobody else gives a shit about, you know? And if they do, well, who fucking cares? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting flustered. No, man, it's just, I mean, you know how people are. Some people will just fucking try and beat you down no matter what the fuck you want to do.
Oh, yeah.
They always got something negative to say. They always want to tell you why you can't do something,
Yeah.
you know?
Can I ask something about that? Do you think that part of that is like legitimately, I wish people would notice this detail and get upset about it? Like, because they would care that deeply?
Oh.
That's something I've just been dealing with. Sorry. Anyway,
God.
I'm shutting the fuck up.
That
I
guy-
just ruined everyone's night. I'm sorry.
That shit got deep.
Yeah. I'm going to start putting Easter eggs in my video, and you know, if they really care about me, they'll see this.
Actually, it's pronounced Phoenician, Joseph. I saw that poster in the back.
Okay. All right. I got it. Hey, Morgan, do you have anything to plug?
Yeah. So I have 2 YouTube channels. One of them is Wood Electric 81, and at that channel, that's where you'll find. Jesus, I always get these 2 channels confused. Wood Electric 81 is that's where you'll find me and my kids acting silly and playing guitar and doing funny stuff, things that are funny to us. The other one is Wood Electric. And at Wood Electric, you'll find helpful electrical tips because I have an electric company. I'm a licensed electrician in the state of South Carolina. And so I'd like to give people hints at things they can do to make their homes safer.
Like what? Do you do like tutorials?
Well, right now, so I have some tutorials, and some of it is like things to look out for in your house and things you can do to save energy, like switching light bulbs to LED and stuff like that. And then here at Japtalion and this guy, we have an email, japtalion13@gmail.com, and you can email us if you guys think you have a topic you want us to discuss and poke fun at. We will totally do that for you. Or if you just want to email us complaints or
Yeah, I was thinking hate mail.
yeah, give us some hate mail.
Maybe we could do a hate mail episode.
Tell us why we're wrong.
Hate speech.
No.
Do that segment, hate speech.
We're not doing hate speech.
We've seen
No,
the
hang
tattoos.
on, wait. Yeah, right.
Yeah. Also, we have, what else do we have? We have our YouTube.
Yeah, we have Japtalion in this guy on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. I think it's all the 3 Japtalion in this guy now.
Yeah.
I think we've succeeded in that.
Just our email is japtalion13@gmail.com.
Yeah, and they won't let us change it.
Yeah. Well, fuck.
I was surprised at how many Japtalions already exist on Google.
And you picked 13 because that's your lucky number.
It would be easy for me to remember, and it was available. Yeah,
Nice. And that's our show, isn't it?
I believe so.
So have a good evening
Have a good morning.
or a good whatever the fuck.
Gloaming.